All right, boys and girls, this is a good lesson today. Today we're going to talk about how to add the crash to any groove that you want to play. When we talk about adding the crash, we're technically not adding a crash. Technically, we're substituting a crash for a different cymbal on beat number 1. Okay, let's have a look at the crash on the music staff. A crash is noted by the letter C, and it has a line through it at the top of the music staff. It's also convenient to note that any of you who are familiar with the treble and bass clef, this looks exactly like middle C. You can add a crash to any groove by simply replacing this cymbal on beat number 1 with the crash cymbal on beat number 1. It doesn't matter if your groove has a hi-hat or a ride. All you're going to do is replace either the ride or the hi-hat with the crash on beat number 1. Let's look at C for instance. C is written with quarter notes on the ride. If you want to play the groove like it is, simply follow this notation. If you want to play the groove with the crash, all you do is replace this ride with the crash on beat number 1. Okay, as we get started hitting the crash, you got to remember 3 basic rules. Rule number 1 is you want to hit the crash on beat number 1. Rule number 2 is you want to hit it at a glance. I'm about to show you what I mean by that, but in the meantime, here's your drumstick. From this part to this part, in these 3 inches right here or so, that's called the shoulder of your drumstick. That's what the part of your drumstick that you want to use to hit the crash. Rule number 3 is you hit the crash with the kick at the same time. Think about it like this. If you play a crash on beat number 1, you're usually playing a kick on beat number 1 anyway, so there you go. Just to review, the 3 rules for hitting your crash are: rule number 1, you hit the crash on beat number 1. Rule number 2, you hit it at a glance. Rule number 3 is you hit it with a kick. Hey everybody! If you want to see the rest of this lesson, or for more lessons, please visit the kungfukickdrum.vhx.tv. If you subscribe there, you're not just supporting me, you're also supporting a future generation of musicians that can change the world. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time in the dojo.